Hi, everyone. Everybody here? I don't know. I'm here. I made it in. I made it in. I made it in. Okay, we've got people. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell everybody I'm live. I forgot to tell everybody. Let me tell them. I'm always late. Hi, you guys. Look. I just made it in. Literally. Hi from Houston. Okay. Yeah, I know these you know why? Because I got a headache, but I don't have a headache from glasses. I have a headache because I started to bleach my roots earlier, so I might have fried my hair back here. Anyway, I started to bleach my roots, and now my makeup's the wrong color and my glasses are the wrong color because my hair has like gold in it. I have to re-bleach and do the back tomorrow. That's what I did. I freaking did that myself like a nut, right? Like a crazy person. Okay, wait, where's Lori? Live. And then Carol, I have to tell everybody live. Oh, shit. All right. I'm going to tell you guys what I did today. Where's Carol here? Oh, no. I'm telling all of them. I know. Did you see me or you heard me? I hope to God you didn't see me because I was trying to, watching your interview. I was trying to put my makeup on at the same time because then I had to run out the door, come back. I was fixing my hair, so I was all over the place. What about the planet? I'm not going to talk about the planetary conjunctions. We know what's going on. Okay, hold on. Oh, Estelle. Sorry, I'm reading Estelle again. Blah, 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 blah. Live. All right, I'm live. Of course, what do I have? I have Estelle's little compact with me because why? Jaffer Cosmetics, exactly. You know why? Because I put my makeup on while driving in the car using Estelle's compact. I don't advise y'all do that, but it's LA. I got to do it. I've got to do it, y'all. I know. I'm just going to stay short time. Let's see. I hear the hell. Oh, well, we're blocked on the 101. Thank God I didn't go on one of my adventures down the freaking freeway and try. I was on the 10 last night. The 10 to the 101 and blah, blah, blah on. I know. Okay, so first of all, let's pull this up. Okay, I just did, I'll have to show you. I'm watching. I was late watching my friend in Burbank. Here he is with his mask on. He's doing his garbage can band live. He's a drummer in real life and travels, and he's not traveling right now. So anyway, earlier I did, yes, I did Michael Dade's show, uncensored, but it was on his YouTube live and then on his podcast. So if you don't know who that is, go over and hit his subscribe button and listen to his shit over there. It's not shit, but listen to that stuff over there. Yes, Jaffer Cosmetics. Yeah, I have to find his thing. I can never tell where. Here. Go over here. There you go. It looks like this. Go over there and hit subscribe and listen to his stuff. Go over there, right over there. Can you see it? Go there. I'm live now, but go over to Michael's and subscribe to him and give him more things to talk about. Give him your suggestions there. You put coconut. Yeah, I put coconut oil on my face. Okay, those flowers are from Lori. Libra Lori gave me those this morning. We were at Ralph's. My throat goes every night. Like I never can get through. We were at Ralph's. Okay, I was running. She called me. She was at Ralph's, or I called her. I forget. I probably called her. So it's early, like 6:30 in the morning, and she's like, it's 7. She's like, I'm at Ralph's. And so then I went in. She told me about the good flowers. I got those flowers. She had those left over from her flowers. So I took those. And then we stood at her house giggling like nut jobs early in the morning on the sidewalk, and we hugged each other. No masks, no nothing. Jafra is Jafra. Right there. So that's it. Yeah, Jafra's that. And I use Estelle's makeup all the time. Look, I lose my voice Every night, every morning, constantly. I'm now losing my voice. I'm drinking hot tea. Hamilton, Ontario, Sydney, Australia, Bellevue, Ontario. That's where the loony bin is. Not saying how I know that. Just saying. Yeah, I know the flowers. Heard you loved it. The flowers? Heard I loved what? Oh, Jaffra? Yes, I do love Jaffra. It's my favorite. Estelle's my favorite person on planet Earth. She's my spirit twin. Okay, so, all right. And Arlene's my favorite, and Carol's my favorite, and Barb's my favorite, and Lori's my favorite, Deanna's my favorite, and Daniela's my favorite. I can't have one favorite. I must have a lot of favorites. Okay, so that was really fun. I just got a text from Carol. That was on Michael Dade's show, and so go over to his Michael Dade. I guess it's just at Mr. Michael Dade at Yahoo, YouTube. God. Anyway, his show was fun. He asked good questions. It's all about Isaac Cappy. It's just Michael Dade. So go subscribe over there. Yeah. So that was good. Hello. Jaffa Royal Jelly. Yes, they're royal. There it is. This is the compact. If I could open it with my nails. Oh, guess who snuck off for a manicure last night? That's right. I went back because I broke 3 nails. And then I did this. So the same color, but look, they're all there. It's done. My toes are done. You can't see my feet. You can see my dirty shoes. I'm wearing sandals. I can't even turn my feet around properly. I don't even know what I'm doing. Exactly. I had to do the blue again. Jasmine was like, change the color. I'm like, fuck no, it's blue. Oops, blue. As I'm swearing. Okay, salons are open on Monday. Well, that's good. Our governor and Yoga Pants have a problem with nail salons being open. Either they hate their mothers, they don't want anybody getting their nails done. Okay, please. Okay, Minneapolis is burning. You know, or for Minneapolis. Okay, first of all, blue is the best. All right. So, just an update. Sandy, hairdresser Sandy, who's working at Atomic Kitten in Bakersfield, who just went back to work. She just went back to work. She's the one I showed you that went into work and did that. So she's been down there working, and oh, that's a good one. She's saying, don't trust everything you see. Even salt looks like sugar. Good one. Okay, anyway, here she is. She's in Bakersfield, and this is her live Bakersfield things. So she's in Bakersfield right now, and they sent her home from the salon. That's what happened. But here's the thing. I don't even think I should speak about it because you can't go around killing people, period. But on the 101 freeway down here, which is not where anybody is, they're blocking traffic. And I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but they will get shot when they block the traffic on the freeway. Somebody will get out of their car and shoot them because it's just ridiculous. Atlanta's outrageous right now. Let's see. I think it's the full moon right now, right? Or was it the full moon last night? I'm so confused. What month is this even? I don't even know. I get 4 hours sleep. That's it. For 3 months, I'm just 4 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep. Yes, I kind of told you guys what happened to David, what's his name, who runs what's its name? Where is it? Wait, where's the full moon right now? We have an eclipse coming on June 5th. We have a fucking eclipse in Sagittarius. The last time the eclipses hit me like a nightmare 2 years ago, I don't have sleep. I just work. I'm not joking. Yeah, the full moon's on the 5th. Isn't the eclipse on the 5th? Lunar eclipse and full moon in Sag. Lunar eclipse, full moon in Sag. Okay, so we need to go look where Sagittarius is in our natal chart, sun, moon, rising, or which house it occupies, what planets it's occupying. Lunar eclipse is not the same as a solar eclipse, but as I spit out the side of my mouth. Hi, Brenda. Lunar eclipse is more of an emotional release, I guess, and it's in Sagittarius. Now, what is Sagittarius? Sagittarius's ruling planet is Jupiter. Jupiter rules the earth, okay? So, meaning far away. Actually, it rules To me, Jupiter rules the outer skirts of the earth, like what's in the atmosphere, but also foreign countries. So everything's going to start accumulating. I have said, and I've said this for a while, for quite some time, that there will be a civil war. So we're about to see it starting, although I do think it's orchestrated, because I'm just going to say, how do we get all the videotape of the cops killing that poor man? How do we get that? And how does the guy think he's not going to be filmed? So there's something suspicious in that to me, because I'm like, who does that knowing they're going to be filmed? They're going to be filmed. They are being filmed. Everything is filmed. So who does that, right? So who exactly is doing that? We don't know who's doing that. People are doing shit, right? So when you're looking at it, you have to ask yourself why people are doing certain things. Yes, I know what, I'm not doing that video, but I saw her. She was in a block of ice. So they put her in a block of ice. I'm talking about David Miscavige, whatever the hell his name is. Him. They put him in, not him. His wife is in a block of ice. Now, did they take her out to the ocean and dump her in the block in the ocean? I don't know, because I haven't looked at it, but she's confined in ice or frozen, which means she's not alive. That's just my opinion. Now I'm going to have the Scientologists after me. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's my, don't be scared. Never be scared. Never be scared. Even if it's scary, don't be scared. Really don't be scared. Stand up. Don't be scared. Don't go running down into it. When they had the Rodney King riots, you know, I was, as I say, always, I was pregnant. I mean, I could be pregnant like all the time, right? But anyway, I was pregnant and we drove down to take pictures, but I don't advise doing that. You probably have to understand that there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, this is my cheap dollar store lipstick tonight, which is not cheap, but whatever. It's whatever they had at Rite Aid when I was waiting for my freaking makeup, right? I know I have my nails on. I'm so excited. Life is good. This is all I want, really. I know I'm shallow. What can I tell you? So they've got a lot of people. They got them picketing downtown by the Staples Center down there by going from the 101 to the 110. I mean, the 101, wherever, down by Staples down there. But let's see, going to the doctor. No, don't be scared. Nobody be scared. Yeah, I did do my roots this morning, but they're kind of, well, whatever. They're kind of golden. I fried my hair a bit as usual because I put it on and I timed it. So I was timing it and then I'm like, oh, let me go answer some emails. And then I was like, ooh, I kind of got the outskirts of my hair. So this is cute. Like it's kind of yellowish, blondish, but then it changes the tone of my makeup. So now I got to go back in there and like work something up. I didn't have time. I did not have time. And while I was doing Michael's show earlier, which was uncensored, go to his YouTube, Michael Dade. Anyway, while I was doing his show, I had no makeup on. So I was busily putting makeup on while listening to it and answering questions. That's what I was doing. Because I knew then I would have to run right out the door, go to the airport, get the rental car, come back, and then do this. I just rinsed the bleach out of my hair. I was going to try to put the bleach in, but I just did not. I just did not. I didn't push the envelope. Oh. I'm only a multitasker. You know what? I can't sit still. I'm really ADD. I don't like to be caged in one spot. If I have to sit and do reading after reading after reading, I'm either walking around doing something. I can't. I just can't. I cannot sit still. I don't want to sit still. I must keep moving. I'm running from something. I just haven't figured out what. I'm going to keep running too till I accomplish and figure out what it is I'm running for. Is that Leo? I don't know. I'm really hyper, so I don't know. I have Uranus in the first house. I suspect it's that. Or, you know, I'm just running, right? I'm just running. I am ADD. I can't. I'm so glad people don't come face to face anymore because I used to have to try to focus on them for years and it was really hard for me. I cannot focus. I can focus when I want to, but I like to keep moving and I think it's fun. Like, why should I either it gets worse than, yeah, well, I'm getting worse or I'm getting better. I don't know. Oh my God. Okay. I'm hyper as hell anyway. Really hyper. Because I get around other people's energy and I'm really hyper. Okay, Ottawa, June 1st, 1 million people, March. Oh God, it gets harder when you get older. Yeah, I really just don't want to, oh my God. Okay, so here's what happened this morning. It just reminded me, you guys. See, my makeup's all off color now. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, mercurial, mercurial. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't think God takes anybody off the planet, to answer your question about your grandson. I don't think God does. I think people have expiration dates on them. So nobody is guaranteed to be born at whatever age and live or die or whatever. It's not a guarantee. I don't know why people think it is. That's why you're supposed to live in the moment. So I don't think it's God that takes them. I think it's just their time, their expiration date. That's it. You know, maybe their karma was only that many years. It's very sad. It's definitely very sad. It's very sad. However, we look at death the wrong way. It's a vibration, exactly. We look at death the wrong way. We look at it as something to be feared, and no one ever talks about it. It's all I talk about all day. I don't talk about life. I talk about just death. My whole life has been death. My whole life has been about death. That's all psychics talk about is death. That's all we experience from death is birth. Well, I described this years ago, and I'm pretty sure I'm the first person that described it. That sounds really weird. Whatever. I was the first person to write it out there because then I heard people saying it. That sounds even weirder. But truly I was. Unless someone else did that I maybe didn't know. How can you say you're the first person on the entire planet? However, when you look at a baby being born, look at the baby in the tummy, right? The baby's in the tummy, and the baby can hear everybody around it in the tummy, but the baby can't see these people. So the baby's technically clairaudient, right? The baby lives in the belly, swimming around in there until it comes into this hellhole of a place. Anyway, the baby's all safe in there. The baby's all good. And the baby hears people talking, and the baby's like, oh my God, I hear a man's voice. I hear a woman's voice. I hear whatever it is. And then suddenly the baby, I know YouTube's like stupid that way. The baby gets his oxygen cut off, and then the baby can't breathe and thinks he's, quote, dying and starts panicking. And then the baby starts swimming. It's like 6 inches from the baby to come out of the cervix and down the birth canal. That 6 inches is the longest freaking thing that you've ever seen. So the baby is born, and then when the baby comes out, he recognizes the voices that he heard in utero, and he goes down the tunnel into the light. And then the baby is born. But I don't think I honestly don't believe God takes us. It's really hard to explain, but we are alive. We just don't, is flipping messing with this post. Okay. Well, yeah, I know. I've got the Green Mile video right here to upload. I can't sit still to do it. Okay. Oh, is that what the autopsy said? Wait, whose autopsy? I'm obsessed with death. I have Pluto in the first house, so I totally get it. And I have Pluto, yeah. All I talk about is death and analyze it. And I've seen a lot of death in my life. Oh, who hasn't, right? Everybody dies. But I think the one that got me, there's always a death that gets you. There's always a death that gets you. Yeah, I know. People with Pluto, I don't have it conjunct my ascendant, but I have it in my first house. Thank God, or I'd be even more aggressive than I may appear to be at the moment. Pluto in the 12th, Pluto in the 8th. These are all obsessions of death. But what I was going to say is I don't think God takes any of us. I think maybe the children only have so much karma, but it's horrible to watch a grandchild die. It's horrible to have a child die. It's horrible for anybody to die, a parent to die if you're a child. It's like really, there's no explanation when we're born. No one tells us. I mean, people die, yes, but nobody actually goes around saying, you know, death is a transformation of life. People don't say it because we don't remember it. So we are here and we don't think about that. But you know, sometimes, yeah, I know. I said thank you for that. Sometimes we don't, we assume we're going to live. We assume that our babies are going to be fine. We assume that everybody's going to be fine. And we're not living in the moment. Yeah, you can Google your chart for free. I had a thing. Wait, George Floyd did not die of a prior heart condition. The video. Oh, come on. Who says that? Who says dumb fucking shit? Like, stop with the stupid shit. Just don't fucking say stupid shit to me. Nobody, really, get off my channel if you say that dumb shit. Seriously. Nobody, just so we're very fucking clear, should be kneeling on anybody's mother effing neck, okay? Like, get a clue. All right, let's be, oh God, look at this, you guys. My battery's running out. My battery's running out. What the, see, some spirit drained the energy. Let's plug this in. Now I've got to turn, I can't keep any electronics going and I can't get anywhere in time. Whoever says that guy died of a heart attack is a fucking moron. And I'm telling you, you're a fucking moron. You want to say something to me? Bring it on. Don't be stupid. I mean, don't say stupid shit like that. That is stupid. It's ignorant. Nobody should be kneeling on anybody's neck, period. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your flipping hands to yourself. Honestly, keep them to yourself. Don't touch other people. I mean, I think they were telling you what the news is saying. Yeah. Well, I don't want to hear it because the news is a bunch of the news is a bunch of fucking liars. Okay, the news is lying. If they're saying that, that's a lie. People, I don't lie on his neck. We don't forget it. But having said that, I think they want us to riot, and I'm pretty sure they're going to blame white people. So probably white people will start, you know, getting the brunt of this. Just so people out there know, not all us white people are racist. Okay, just because we have white skin. See, there's like a reverse racism with white people when they say white people are after us. No, not all of us are after us. I personally speak for myself. I'm not a racist and I never have been a racist, and I don't see people of color. What I do see is good makeup and bad hair. That is what I see. I don't see your color. I know if you have a bad haircut. I know if you have bad makeup on. I know if you bleach your hair a certain color, whatever. I know that shit. But the rest of it, I don't. And most people are not going to go hurt somebody. I mean, let's be... Oh, yeah, I know what Soros did. Soros. Okay, yeah. No, it feels like... Well, no, the man is still dead, though. The man is still dead. Whether they said it's a setup, of course. But they want to race... Just keep in mind, whatever they want to distract you with... You know where you have the most power on the planet is to literally take your emotions back and not allow anyone to control you. You can have a lot. Yeah, it's totally about that. I'm not a racist. Oh yeah, Veronica knows me. Veronica's like, I'm Mexican and Sloan's not a racist. Veronica, I love you. You know I'm not. For God's sakes. I know I'm like, no. I'm a bitch, but I'm not a racist. I'm not a bitch all the time, but I mean, come on. But what they're doing right now is trying to, I'm a Cuban at heart. I swear to God. I'm Latin. I'm Cuban. I just was born without a tan. I mean, it's really bad. Oh, God. And then when I'm out in the sun, look at Irish skin, like weird freckles everywhere. Yeah, I know. No, totally. Just totally. I know. Me too. I'm definitely a freaking Cuban. I'm totally a Cuban. I swear to God, I love Ricky Ricardo. Are you kidding? I think that's why I'm in California. I like Latinas. Yeah. Everybody is like super, cute. You know what I don't like? I don't like, refried beans though. I don't like that. Every time we go to a Mexican restaurant, I'm like, hold those beans. That's it. I don't want to eat those. I don't understand the refrying process. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's a food I don't like. And yeah, exactly. Well, maybe they don't refry stuff. I don't like refried anything, and I don't want fried anything, really. I don't know what that is. Italian's great too. Why would we not love Italian? Yeah, I just can't. Fresh boiled beans. Oh yeah, fresh boiled beans. Mexican food can be hola from Toronto, my people. Mexican food, refried beans. That's it. Yeah, that I can't do. Refried. Thank you. But at my restaurant, and now Kathy, if she's on here, she's not on here right now. Anyway, if you go to Granada in Burbank, which you can't go, but maybe they're doing the takeout, the roadside. Anyway, that is my favorite restaurant in Burbank for Mexican food. I'm not hugely fond of the food, except that I can get fajitas and grilled with very light tomato sauce, extra salad, and then I can get the vegetables, and I'm happy with that. I eat about 8 chips and that's it. Because I'll go hog wild on the chips. I don't eat pasta because that would just make me 500 pounds. No, I don't eat that. I have rules. I have rules. Oh yeah, I just told them to, there's Michael, go to his YouTube and sign up. I told them to subscribe to your YouTube for more stuff. Tell him what you want to hear in the conspiracy stuff for him to do more videos, or ask him what he wants to talk about. That way, yeah, that's what I was saying, Michael. I was saying I had fun doing it. And I put my makeup on while I was doing your show, because somebody's like, oh, we saw your show. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to. I hope you didn't see me on it, because I was literally in my bathroom putting on makeup as usual, because I do that. Let's talk about you and me. Whoever said that, sure. Let's talk about you and me. I don't even know who you are. Okay. I don't even know what that is. I like spicy food. I like good. Yeah, you'll like Michael's channel. Wait, my best friend won a car tonight. That's fucking cool. But if she was in Los Angeles, she couldn't drive it because they're jamming up the 101. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Spinach pasta. Well, I like spinach anything. Spinach is one of my things. Spinach and salmon and blueberries. Spinach and salmon and blueberries. So freaking good. Is it safe to buy? Yeah, it's not Mercury retrograde. We're going into... I have to look when the retrograde's going to be. Oh, okay. The retrograde. I think the retrograde is at the end of June. It's going to be fucked. We're fucked. That's it. We're just fucked. We are fucked all summer. We are fucked until about the 20th of November. Do I keep saying that word on here? Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. We're at the end of May. Okay, so let's see. Right now, the nodes are retrograde, going direct on the 6th after we have a full moon lunar eclipse. $9 for a pound of hamburger. I can't go there with the hamburger. I haven't eaten that in 30 years. I'm just food phobic about some stuff. I'm not eating some stuff. It just creeps me out. It's a texture thing. I love yogurt, because I'm really a child. Baby food appeals to me as well. Okay, so anyway, we have a full moon lunar eclipse on the 5th in Sagittarius. So coming up on that day, then the nodes go direct. Remember, the nodes are switching from Cancer, Capricorn in, I do not like bacon. Good God, no. The nodes are switching from Cancer, Capricorn, Capricorn, Cancer, Cancer, Capricorn. I'm like back and forth into Gemini, Sag. So we have a bunch of focal points changing, and it's all with communication. But we have Venus retrograde. I think, yeah, Venus is, we know this, until the 24th, 25th, Venus is retrograde. What did I tell you guys in Venus retrograde? I told you no beauty stuff, right? So what do I go do? I cut somebody's hair off with the clippers. I do half my bleach and I forget about it. All kinds of stuff. Don't do it. Just say no to your beauty stuff and don't do it yourself. Although my hair didn't fall out, but I was afraid it might. We're going to redo it tomorrow, though, just to push it over the edge. Okay, so Mercury goes retrograde on June 18th. Oh, actually, the 17th. It's just right around the rascal's birthday. I'm not going natural with my hair. I would hate to see myself well, I'm a dark blonde, but no. Makes me unhappy when I see dark blonde hair on myself. I don't like it. I don't know who that person is, and I don't like her. No. It's the same person when she doesn't have her nails on. She's very fucking unhappy, okay? Okay. So we have Mercury going retrograde, and Mercury's going retrograde. It's on the 18th. Now it's getting hot in here again. Bacon. Okay. Bacon. No bacon. You know what? I just eat what I am emotionally, what emotionally appeals to me. So salmon. I'm really OCD with food. I'm very OCD. I am OCD. Okay. Just call me OCD. No, I don't like anything with a lot of salt. Sugar cookies. Now that's good. I like protein bars. When I was talking to Libra Lori, so I'm at her house and we're talking about stuff, cracking ourselves up laughing. She's like, I was OCD before this whole thing happened. I'm the same. I'm very fucking OCD, okay? I can't help myself. I'm so OCD. I don't like to, like, okay, in a house, you can have a bunch of bathrooms. I need like my own girl space. I don't want anybody crammed up in my space, doing guy stuff in my space. No kids in my bathroom. They would deliberately sneak into my bathroom when I was out, and I'd come home and I'd be like, I know someone's been in here. Jason used to use my face creams and Keith would use my sunblocks, and they would just go rifling through stuff. And it's like, no, happy birthday. It's like, no, you're not getting in my bathroom. Yeah, I don't like, keep out of there. Only Lila and me can go in there. And Tulip, Lila, me and Tulip. And Baby Jack, Lila, me, Tulip, and Baby Jack. And Kenna. That's it. It's all girls except for Baby Jack. I know, Lila's hysterical. She just literally, she will wait until she finds a happy bathroom, which is at home. We all drive home though. I will not go in a public bathroom for any reason whatsoever, which means half the time that you go out and you go like whatever, I won't eat like for a couple of days before because I'm not using a public bathroom. So I'm that OCD. I'm just not fucking doing it. I will, however, pee on the street, as I've told you. Okay, so let's just shut up for now. Let's look and see where we're going. Yeah, we've got Mercury going retrograde. We've got it. Oh, geez. We've got Jupiter retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Pluto's retrograde, Neptune will be retrograde. Yeah, well, good luck. And then the worst thing of all is that Mercury retrograde when, let's see, hold on here. Oh, no, it's Mars retrograde in September, not Mercury, it's Mars. That's when the Civil War is going to come out. You mark my words. Okay, wait, don't mark my words. Let me get this right. This is where I need Brian's help to bring me into this because, like, okay, so Mars retrograde on September 9th. When the Mars retrograde ends is when the Civil War starts. World War II, etc., at the end. And it's Mars retrograde in Aries. Aries is the planet of war, and it's retrograde in the planet of war. And it's happening on September 9th. Just wait. Just wait for shit to happen. Just wait. And it goes direct on November 14th, but you got to give it a week to go through the shadow period. The shadow period is when the planet moves forward. Y'all are getting good news, right? Good news, whatever. But the shadow period is when the planet moves forward by degree. Oh, you have a natal Mars in Aries? Okay, well, natal Mars in Aries. It's not a bad position for Mars. It's just Mars retrograde is the next eclipse is in Sagittarius on June 5th. Okay, so you have to look. Where's your Sagittarius? It's a full moon, 15 degrees, lunar eclipse, moon emotional. So look to see where Sagittarius is placed in your chart. Sun, moon, rising, first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seven, Sag moon. So for you, it's literally on your moon by degree. I don't know your degree of your moon sign, but it's by degree. Yeah, the last time, oh my God, I have South Node in Scorpio. The last time, literally the last time those eclipses at the end of 2017, the Leo Aquarius eclipses, oh my God, did that change my life. In a split second, I turned to the right, I saw something and went, fuck, my life is changing. And it did. I absolutely saw it like this and I went, shit. I was on the top of a mountain too. Literally changed my life. Okay, Sag rising and moon. Okay, so it's, Aries moon. Yeah, Aries, I know. Well, let's see. Got a lot of Sag in my chart. Well, what house? Sag is in my fourth house of home. And I got, yeah, so you got to look and see where it is. So it's going to affect the home life. It's going to affect, whatever. It's going to affect this, that, and the other. Sagittarius. Okay, so what does Sagittarius rule? Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So Sagittarius can run both ends of the candle, right? Sagittarius in the 10th. So that's a career thing. I have a feeling for a lot of people, it's going to be career things. But Sagittarius ruling planet is Jupiter. Jupiter, okay, is really, to me, when I'm looking at the chart of a person who's passed away, I'm going to look for Mercury and I'm going to look for Jupiter. So Jupiter is, to me, the planet of expansion, higher learning, higher education. Remember, Sagittarius mascot is a centaur. A centaur is half man, half horse. Okay, so the bow and arrow is reaching for the sky, the spirit, and the hoofs are grounded, and the man is on top reaching for spiritual kind of acclamation between earth and spirit, or sky, spirit, heaven, whatever. So Sagittarius is philosophical. Sagittarius moon is the bachelor moon, bachelorette moon, the ones who don't want to get married. You want a man on top? All right, Sarah, I was talking. I know, right? No one's getting laid. It's really bad. Oh, some people are. I know who you are out there that you're getting some. I'm not going to say the names. I'm just going to say, I'm going to text the names over here. I know some. Thank you so much. I'm going to text her right now. You know who you are, who got your men locked up in your house. But for the rest of the people, actually, you know, what's the point? Everybody's out picketing, so I want to get married. Yeah, I might rethink that one. Okay. All right. So Neptune and Sag. That's interesting. So that's a very spiritual aspect. Lenny on top. Exactly. I don't have my Lenny shirt on because I was wearing it for 3 days without watching it. However, people do like it. I will say that. Okay, so Neptune and Sag is very interesting because that's a philosophical, spiritual viewpoint. So with a lunar eclipse full moon in Sagittarius, literally on your Neptune, or therefore crossing over it or around it, that should make it quite interesting. You should be enlightened in a spiritual way. For some reason, you should be enlightened. So Sag rising is different. Sag sun. Keithy's a Sag, so we'll see what happens to Keithy. Okay, Aries moon and Aries rising in the first house. Okay, first house moon is different than 12th house moon. First house moon is an expression and really puts you into a position of being like a Cancer rising. So even though it's Sloanville, exactly. Well, no one's getting laid over here. I'm just saying. Oh, that's because I'm working. I can't really film that. So yeah, no. But let me show you what I was filming earlier. I want to see if they're still, wait, where were they? Oh yeah, Instagram Live. I have to go back over here. I must go back over here. Let me go back over here. My friend in Burbank was doing his garage can, his live. Oh, it's not live anymore, damn it. Anyway, he'd be out on tour traveling with his band, but he's stuck in Burbank. And he used to go to school with my stepson, Jimmy, and the two of them were good friends. Anyway, I have known him a long time. We used to work out together and stuff. But he is doing, all the musicians on the street are doing their trash can band. They do this every night. I didn't know about this. I just tuned in as I was, once again in the bathroom brushing my teeth before I came on because I stuffed a protein bar down my throat. Yeah, exactly. I know my hiking pictures. I love my hiking pictures. Oh, first house moon, Sagittarius in the first house. Well, that's going to affect your personality. That's what that is. No, you have Sagittarius on the cusp of your chart. Everybody has Sagittarius on their chart. They just may not have planets in the sign of Sagittarius. So let's see. I'm going to pick a famous person's chart. I have so many people's charts. Okay, who? Okay, we'll do Selena's chart. So this is Selena's chart, the singer, you can see. So you're going to go around the wheel and you're going to look right. Where the hell is the Sag in her chart? Gemini. Here you go. Well, she's the wrong chart to pick because she's got the Sagittarius intercepted up there. Can you see it in the green? Okay, so that's not counting. Those are intercepts. So you're right. You might not have it on the house cusp. I don't know who this Carol Baskin woman is because I really, since we've been shut down, have not watched TV. I fucking refuse. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving them money, applause. I won't do it. I'm not doing it. Okay, I lie. I watched one show in the beginning with all my Canadian actor friends, but it was very satanic actually at the end. However, it was funny as hell. Have you guys watched Schitt's Creek? Have you watched that? Funny as hell. Really, really quite funny. I'm not watching Nick. I did watch Schitt's Creek though. Oh, and of course I watched Weeds, but I watched that before, well, recently. And then I watched, actually, you know what I found out in Weeds, which is great. Yeah, Schitt's Creek. It was hilarious. Eugene Levy. It was all the Second City TV people from down in Toronto that came over here. So I was like, okay, yeah, I know. Fucking hilarious. Just absolutely. But did you notice all the symbology at the end of the whole thing? I'm like, okay, I hate this guy, but let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, interesting. Pulled up. I don't like this guy's chart, but this is George Clooney's chart. Okay. Don't ask me why I picked it. I know. Well, yes. Did you not see the end of Schitt's Creek when they did all the symbology through it? You didn't see that? There was a lot of stuff. I can't even begin to go back. I wrote it down. I would call Libra Lori and tell her. Anyway, you can see. Just hold on. I'll tell you in a sec. There. Up here is where the Sagittarius is. So this person has nothing in here. This is, I know, I hate George Clooney. He's a fucking Taurus too. With a Pisces rising and a Capricorn moon, making him a bloodthirsty mother effer. All right. Oh, I know what he is. I used to read a couple of his girlfriends. Trust me, I know what he is. I know what he likes. I know what he likes in skirts and at what age. That's all I'm saying. Anyhow. Yeah, I didn't like him since I knew his girlfriends, okay? That's when I didn't like him. Okay, he is married to, well, I can't critique if, no, really, I did. I'm talking 20 years ago. I really, really seriously did. Okay, wait, what were we talking about? Oh, when I was watching Weeds, season 7, oh shit. Season 7, episode 6, episode 7. I wrote it down. I'm going to have to go through my notes. Okay, so I love Weeds because this was going on in our house with my kids growing up. All that shit. We got Methville down the street. We got trailers. We got people. I mean, one time we lived up in Santa Clarita when we sold the house in Burbank, and I could smell lighter fluid all day. Like, I was like, who's got the chemicals out there? Everybody was like, there's no chemical smell. I'm like, no, I can fucking smell lighter fluid. Somebody's barbecuing and they're going to blow something up. Guy across the street, probably 5 hours later, that complex blows in a fire. Exactly. Dude, Mercedes outside, guy with a briefcase jumps over, gets in his car. And I'm like, I told you somebody was fucking with the lighter fluid. Literally blew up their side of the complex on that side. I could smell it. Anyway, getting back to the show Weeds, in the middle of it, remember there's the Weeds chick, I said Jennifer Jason, no, it's not Jennifer Jason Lee, it's somebody else. I can't even think of her name. Whatever her name is, remember her neighbor that got the breast cancer? The neighbor, literally, after she had the breast cancer, she's drinking in the show. And she's like, oh, we could be like those socialites and we could drink the baby's blood to stay young. Literally fucking said it. The episode ran in 2005. So don't tell me they don't know what they're doing. Somebody wrote that in. Yeah, I love The Sopranos. I thought they were real good. So it was that episode. Anyway, you got to look to see where Sagittarius is in your chart. Sag, Sun, Taurus, Moon. Now that's hard. Mary Louise Parker. Exactly. And she was married. I think she's married to, I know I did this. Well, I did. I'm sorry. Hidden in Plain Sight. No, yeah, exactly. But Schitt's Creek's the same. Look at the sweaters he wears, black and white. There was other things they were doing there in the show. But the son, Eugene Levy's son, I mean, you can tell them from their eyebrows, right? But his son is such a quirky, interesting actor, and it was really quite interesting. Okay, let's see. Good morning from wherever. I can't even see. I'm like spacing out. I'm like, okay, Sagittarius in the 4th with Mars. Good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck with that. Okay, I can't even, don't even understand what you just said there. All right. Here's what I would say. Okay. Instead of, I am all for, yes, she's married to him. I love him, but he's not a nice guy either. However, I find him sexy. She's lucky. She's cute. They probably have a good sex life. I'm jealous. All right. So anyway, now that I've said that out loud, okay. Wait, who gives a lot? Yeah, Gandolfini. Oh, that party I did. They had Meadow. Remember Meadow? Yeah, I did a couple of parties with the cast from The Sopranos, which was really interesting to see them in real life. Jim Morrison, Sag, Sun, Taurus, Moon. But Jim Morrison was way out of his mind. What the hell was his rising sign? I don't think we knew his rising sign. That Taurus Moon is always interesting. It's blue. It's number 29 in the gel polish. It's M29, but I forgot to look at which gel. And my voice is scratchy again. Yeah, I've heard of sex lives. Oh, I have one, but just not in a traditional way. Meaning it's battery operated. Okay, sorry. Shut up. Shut up. Who said that? Shut up. Someone said that. Okay, so Sag Moon. Okay, the moon is your emotional nature. So whatever sign the moon is in is the way you express yourself emotionally, okay? It's the way your mother expressed herself. It's the way you express yourself. So Sag moons, they very rarely, oh my God, Naomi Watts is, yeah, he gets around. That dude gets around. He's cute, but the horror in him, it would make me run away from him. Sag moon is, what is Sag moon? Sag moon is, they don't want to be tied down. They want freedom at all costs. So Sag is very freedom oriented. You can't pin them down. Oh God. I'm so sorry Atlanta's burning. Let me look it up. Atlanta's so beautiful. I love Atlanta. I went there to do the Family Hustle show. I mean, I've been through Atlanta, but I did T.I. and Tiny, so I went to Tiny's house. I forget where it was, but it was pretty close. Anyway, little Christina picked me up at the airport. It was very fun. But you know what I loved about Atlanta? Honest to God. Do you guys remember Jackie Gleason and Smokey and the Bandit? I could literally see Smokey and the Bandit going down the streets. Ah, yeah, that's right. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, the violence. See, here's the thing. I'm not okay, how am I going to word this without getting kicked off? Violence is a way of taking control for sure. And sometimes you have to overthrow people. And I don't think it's wrong, except when we've got all the people like down on the freeway, those cops are going to lose it and people are going to get shot. And then they're going to go, the cops shot them. And I don't think you have to throw garbage at the police. I think you're probably going to incite, violence there. And also the cops that did this in Minneapolis are the ones that should be punished. However, I get the distinct impression we're now being distracted by race, myself included, and we need to stay on our game. So we need to observe what's going on around us. We need to observe everything, but I don't think we need to take action necessarily yet, unless it's truly, now I'm going to sound like a radical person, but unless it's, I don't know, like, yeah, we had to throw the British out of this country. We did. We just fucking did. They were taking over everything. So you want to kind of, I think you want to be careful your battles you pick. So they're fighting over the race war or race, which is one thing and it's valuable. But well, because innocent people always have to die when you're overthrowing. They've done this to the country, by the way. The only reason we have race wars is because the government set it up that way. I want you to know that. That's the only reason. People do not, people hate people. My neighbor is whatever, and she could dislike me. That's fine. But the race wars are set up. They're set up in principle. They're set up in order to divide. We even have gender set up. We have everything set up. Everything is set up. Exactly. Oh, a Dr. Pepper sounds good. Yeah, look, my eyes are like this. I'm like scrunching my eyes again. Yeah, so everything is kind of set up. So there's always a problem with things being set up. It's human beings. No, it's not human beings. Actually, human beings are good. What people don't I know it's intentional. It's always been intentional though. It's always been, look what they did. If you study economics, look what they did back in the 40s. So moms would stay home with their babies. When moms stay home, I'm not saying all moms were good, okay? There's some pill-popping psychopaths from the 40s, okay? So I've heard. However, look, I'm like gasping. I'm like, oh, I thought you said love vibrators. It's lower vibration. I'm sorry. I did it again. I said it again. Oops, I did it again, right? Okay, sorry, I digress. But anyway, go back to the 40s. The moms would stay and look after their kids. The dads would go to work. That was just how the gender roles were at that time. Problem is, they couldn't, so you could buy a house, let's say, 1950 for under 60,000 in Los Angeles. I got to get my head out of the gutter. I'm sorry, I'm a pig. So you could buy a house, let's say under 60,000, under 50,000. So the bankers got together and they're like, how do we get more money out of these people? Because once you buy a property and you pay it off, you pay it off. You don't have to vibrator money. Oh my God, now you're speaking. Thank you, vibrator money. We're off to shop online tonight. I have a wholesale account and I just do. When you have a wholesale, you can get things wholesale, just saying. And I have a way in and I can put things in my cart and I can press go and do it. Hopefully it gets delivered in a brown paper bag so I don't piss off more people. People be jealous when you get special things. Okay, so anyway, people staying at home. The mom's raising their kids. The dad's going to hook me up. Yeah, we have these parties here. We can't get out to have these parties, but these, and if, I'm sorry, should I say this? Carol, you need to plan the next party for us because we all need a party when we're out of this. Okay, so the men then, okay, they weren't gonna, once they paid off their Sloan, wait, what? No, people are losing their lives. I know black people are losing their lives. Black people have always lost their lives. There's nothing new. The government set that up. I hear you. The government, they had lynchings in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. The Tuskegee experiment where they jacked them all up on syphilis. I know black people lose their lives. Young men lose their lives. But here's what the government did. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The government turned around and said, let's put a divide and conquer between women and let's put it between men and women, and let's separate them. Let's make women women's libs. So once the women went back into the workplace, I'm not saying you shouldn't work. I'm saying once the women went back into the workplace, they could resell a house for triple because they had two incomes coming into a house. That's straight economics. As far as black people and white people and Asian people, they've always done that. They've always done that. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. And it's the government that orchestrates that. That's what happens. It's not us. We're not doing it. Exactly. Soldiers. I mean, the most interesting thing that I ever saw in one of my work experiences was I saw somebody's relative come through and they had been a soldier in one life on the opposing side and then a soldier on the other life, the other side. And so the war was just like, it was the same on both sides. It was very interesting. I feel very much like we being manipulated in every way. Kids are being manipulated. Totally black people are dying. But hey, if you want to make a run on the government, I'm the first one to say that I'm an anarchist. I'm not for government or police. So understand my take on everything. I'm for whoever has the most fight winning. Whoever has the strongest power wins. That's actually what I'm for. Fuck y'all, everyone for themselves. I am for that, all right? But what I'm saying to you right now is they are using this as a distraction, and like the 1992 riots, everybody rioted in their own neighborhood because they blocked off our neighborhoods. You couldn't get into the white people's neighborhood. You could only stay in yours. So they burnt down their own neighborhoods. They need to think differently about that. They actually need to think differently. You cannot burn your own neighborhood down. You cannot do that no matter what some fuckwad cop did. Seriously. And by the way, rioting. Well, no, I know war is all about business. But let's see. Oh, the police, I'm sorry, everybody's going to hate me. I'm not for anybody over me in authority anyway, because I'm never going to listen to you. I'm going to nod and agree with you because I can't punch people out. I'm not at an age where I want to break my nose or get, the shit kicked out of me anymore. However, I'm not listening to you. If you're a cop, I'm not listening to you. I'll make a decision based on my moral compass, period, end of conversation. So police have all these rules, which again are designed on money. Don't speed up the street. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Wear a helmet. Since when do little kids have to wear a helmet on their little scooter bikes? I mean, it's ridiculous, really. Do you know how dumb that looks? But yet, in California, you have those scooters you can pay $1 for, you don't have to wear a helmet with that. How come they don't have to wear a helmet to travel through town, but my 6-year-old going 2 feet in front of me on the street has to wear a helmet? Answer that. What's that about, right? No, I just can't. I don't believe the police have authority over me. I believe they have a gun. And so I don't want to get shot. That's the only thing. But nobody would listen to them. Do you think you would listen to? I mean, who would listen to these fucking people? Who would listen to them? If you didn't have a gun, I wouldn't fucking listen to you. Period. End of conversation there. And half the time when you do have a gun, I'm not listening to you. I mean, it just depends if I want to continue on my journey or do I want to waste my time arguing with you. It's kind of that way. But yeah, I'm having tea. Listen, tea. But I mean, it depends. It depends what trust me, the cops were, it doesn't frighten me. I had the cops, no joke. I've told you guys this. I had the cops. I was SWAT teamed for 8 years in a row. Every August 15th on my birthday, SWAT teamed in my house because in our neighborhood, that's the first day back to the LA Unified School District. And every year, one or the other of my children was suspected of things. And every year they would come at midnight, come at 2 a.m, surround the house, put the megaphones on, and then And then I would say to them, you need to go get a warrant. So they would come back. They would come in with a warrant. I made them do that because that's my right. And some people said, oh, just let them in. No, because you never know what the fuck they're going to do in there. What are they going to plant? What are they going to do? So they would come in and they would break stuff in the house, actually. So the police, they just think that they can do it. And I remember one time, no joke, everybody was kind of in handcuffs in our house. No, we didn't do anything. Whatever. Anyway, well, somebody drove a car, but that's besides the point. Everybody was in handcuffs and I was not. So it was 4:00 in the morning. And so I said, I'm going out to get coffee. And the cop said to me, you're not going anywhere. I said, are you charging me with something? And he's like, I wonder if there's probably other psychics. If you're looking for a reading, there's definitely other psychics. If that's what you're looking for, ask them. Anyway, every year. Oh, is that Michelle? Hi, Michelle. Is that Leslie's sister? I think it is. So every year these cops would come. But one time they said to me, you cannot leave the house until we check your car, right? Oh, they came to my house because I had teenage boys. That's why. They came for 8 years, I'm telling you. I'm not embarrassed of saying that. Kids, you not have kids in high school and kids, whatever, right? That's a true story. I'm not saying anybody went to jail. These were teenagers. And as soon as they could catch these teenagers at school, they would go to each individual house of this group of kids, of 2 of which were my boys. That's the way it is. I mean, yeah, cops were at my house all the time. Abso-fucking-lutely. I don't know that it was harassment. Somebody would point them in our direction. And so that happens. That happens with every teenage boy and some teenage girls. I mean, my parents had the cops at their house before I left home because I was that kind of kid too. So anyway, not the point. Nothing violent, nothing criminal, really. Just the suspected, but you have to, whatever. And the reason I say it is I refuse. I know. Well, you ran away from them. I have, but not as an adult. I did in Niagara Falls, and I got shoved in the back of a cop car, and they turned the heat up on me, and got charged with brought up on charges for assault, but there was no assault, so that was dropped. It was a way of intimidating because I swung my purse that way, trying to run away. That was what the assault was. It wasn't an assault. I was trying to get the hell away. Technically anything's an assault, okay? If you just poke somebody, it's an assault. But long story short, when the cops came in the house, I went out to my car and they wanted to check the car. They were looking for something, right? So they wanted to check the car. I said, go ahead and check the car. So the cop brought me out. I had to open my car and stand by the trunk. So the cop was here. He literally, his chick cop was here. The partner cop was here. He literally had his head in my trunk. He's going through everything. His gun's on his belt. And I'm not joking you. I'm actually looking at him, standing behind him, thinking, I didn't do it. But I'm so OCD. I'm thinking, what if I grabbed that? What would happen? I was I know what would happen. It would be totally bad. But anyway, the girl was there. So I literally was like, put my head looking to see what he was looking in, because I didn't actually know what was in my car. Because of course you have teenagers that drive your car, right? But I wanted to go get Starbucks. So I was like, can we hurry up and be done with this? Anyway, the second that this guy was looking in the thing and saw me close to him, he literally turned around in my face, screaming at me. And all I said to him is, number one, you frightened me by screaming, like a guy screaming in my face. I'm like, that happens all the time. So when you're raised that way, you already are not going to be intimidated by that, number one. The girl cop, who's his partner, who's supposed to be looking out for him, let me stand there. So I said to him, you might want to yell at her, because she's the one that's supposed to have your back. And if I was cuckoo, you wouldn't be with your gun right now. And so we had this conversation. Long story short, I got to go get my Starbucks, and they were glad to be rid of me. But here's the weird thing. They had the whole house on lockdown. I walked back in there with the coffee and they didn't know if I mean, for all they know, I could have gone in with some weapon or something. They didn't check me. This is how they sometimes don't do their jobs correctly, and shit happens if you're the wrong kind of person. So there's something bad going to happen out there, and people should not be throwing garbage at the police. In Los Angeles, they're throwing shit at them. You should not be doing that, okay? Like, these cops here aren't doing anything. They're trying to get you off the freeway, which is a good thing, because if you jam the freeway, the drivers are going to get crazy on your ass, okay? Like, every time there's a jumper off a bridge and they land on the freeway, we're all pissed because we're stuck for 8 hours in traffic. We're not even really caring about the person. We're just like, how do we get out of this trap that we've been trapped in? So you can't go around doing that. However, now that that's happening, and it's very interesting to me that they aren't doing this for the fact that we're on the lockdown. They're doing this. They're doing this for. Wait, Jackie's here. Anyway, I can't read it. They're doing this for another purpose. This is another. Oh yeah, no, the drivers are going to go fucking insane. Trust me. The minute I step foot on a freeway off ramp and I go around a corner and see it's jammed, I am sobbing. How do I get off this freeway? Like, you just fucking know you're going to be stuck. Go up to Santa Clarita one morning, literally. I went to Santa Clarita 5 a.m. So I'm done by 6:15. Do you know it took me till 9:30 to get home? It's 19 miles. 19 miles. They jammed the mother effing freeway. Remember the earthquake? How are you going to get anywhere? It's ridiculous. Yes, we know he was murdered. It's obvious. It's right there. He was murdered. However, rioting in Los Angeles isn't going to help that. Now, why were they not? No, I know it was caught on video. I saw the video. Why do these rioters not riot for the fact that we're on a lockdown with the crotch 19? I don't understand that. Why would you not do that? And let me see. It was Illuminati hit. Yeah. Oh, I know what it is. I'm just not going to say that on YouTube. But that's exactly what it is. But what I was saying to you is the race, the division between skin color, that's been set up by the government going back to the 20s. I mean, I don't know what it was like in the 1800s or where anyone is. I'm questioning everything about history, okay? I don't believe any of it. I don't believe any of it. Actually, at this point, I don't believe a damn thing. They say they brought people over from Europe. I'm thinking they brought us over from Europe, and they lied about it and twisted it, because I think this whole thing, it's narcissistic. They're doing triangulation, and they're throwing, hey, this person did that, so let's go over here. I want to know why we're not rioting, because we're in lockdown. Why do we accept the fact that we have to wear masks and it's fucking retarded, as if the virus is 6 feet back? Okay, so it's just ridiculous. I know. I think history is a complete lie. I think we're aliens. How about that? I think God is an alien. Are we going down that road? I could go down that road. I could go down that road. Okay, yeah, no, it's so weird. Yeah, do you know what happened this morning? So I am running, and I'm up north, and I'm going down the trail. The trail's like this wide in some parts. So there's these two chicks. They got these two cute little dogs. It's down the hill. So I'm about to do like a straight 2 miles to the car to get there quick. Then I can get coffee. It's all good. I don't have a mask on. These two have a mask, right? So I go behind them, and instead of startling people when I'm running, I kind of slow down and I go, hi there. So they hear me and they turn around. The one lady turns around and she practically walked off the trail because I was too close to her. The woman in front of her says to me, She doesn't say anything. She just keeps walking. I'm like, excuse me. I have to be polite, but really I want to sock someone in the face. Move to the right and let the runners through, right? I mean, who doesn't do that? She says, I go, excuse me. She goes, I need to wait until we're 6 feet apart. I rolled my eyes. I went, I look, I'm like, the path is a foot apart. There's no 6 feet apart here. So I had to just push by her, and she literally wasn't going to let me run through the trail. I was like, wow. The whole way back to the car, I'm laughing to myself. I'm literally fucking laughing. Let's see. People here say, what's on my left? What's on my left? What? Who's on your left? Who is on my left? What? It's a lie. I know. Astrologer said the same thing they're saying about are the aliens. I've always said, I feel like I'm an alien. I don't understand this planet. I can't even listen to people. Oh, on the left, hikers talk. I get it. Over on your left. Yeah, like a waitress on your left side. Sorry, I'm like, what's on my left? Like what? I don't see it. But it's very interesting on your left. I know. I got it now. I got it. Yeah, no, this bitch wouldn't move because she wanted me to be 6 feet. She wanted to control me because I was having an argument with somebody and they're like, she's just afraid. She just really thinks it's real. I'm like, she's an asshole. It's out in the broad freaking daylight. Oh, hi, Venus. You guys, Venus is a psychic in France. Psychic Venus. She's literally psychic of love. How about that? Well, Venus is love. Anyway, if we could travel, I would go stay with Venus in France. I was just headed to Europe. I was like, I'm going to make my plans. I'm going to go to London. I'm going to go where I need to go. And then boom. Yeah, Venus and I were going to do a show. Venus did the show. I did not. I know I should have shoved her off the cliff. I am actually afraid. I am actually afraid of getting arrested for assaulting people because this shit happens to me. Even when I'm not really doing it, people say I do shit like that and I'm not doing it. But kind of a weird thing. But anyway, Venus and I were doing a show. Okay, wait, where was the show? Was it in Croatia? No, it wasn't Croatia. Where was it? It was somewhere in Russia, and I now just blanked on the name. It was a psychic show. Yeah, you guys saw her on that show. I was going to go to Ukraine. That's right. That's how I met you, Venus. We were going to go. I was literally going to go there, and one of the other psychics is like, no, you're going to have to squat in a hole in the ground to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, no, I can't. Outside of a bar where they took her. It's like, no. But I was going to go. Venus was on that show. So they love her in Australia. That's good. Yeah, she was on that show. So I was going to go do it. And there was a war going on at the time. And I was considering it. I'm like, let's go. And I forget who else was on that. I didn't really watch it. I didn't watch it. I was just like, I forget. Venus, you know the little girl, the little casting girl. I can't think of her name. She's cute. God, she's on my Instagram. Cute little red-haired girl. Okay, so Rainbow of Love. Somebody's Rainbow of Love. Rainbow of Love. That's not what we're seeing out in society. I know, rattlesnakes, right? Past life regression. Oh my God. Okay, so I know people are acting crazy, but we're coming up on a full moon eclipse. Since it's in Sagittarius, since it's a lunar eclipse, it's emotional. The only way you're ever going to control anything in your life is if you disconnect from the way that you feel emotionally. You may be incensed about something. You may be incensed. You may feel you don't have, someone doesn't have a right to do anything to you. You know, no one has a right to do anything, I guess, if you're looking at it. But the way that you will control everybody and everything, and you will see it from a dispassionate position, is to disconnect from your ego, because we start fighting when we see ego. I have a right. Nobody should talk to whatever this way. It's true, but you step back from the ego, okay? Step back from the ego and observe the situation. So focused observance will help you see what's really going on, because if you attach to it emotionally, you put your own energy in it, okay? You put your own energy in it. So you don't really want to do that if you can avoid it. Okay, somebody's out there. I can't see it. Yeah, you want to detach. So it's not 6. Well, how does a virus know 6 feet? I mean, I don't know. Let's see, and the police officer both work security at the same nightclub for. Okay, well, I don't care what they did together. Nobody should be murdering anybody, all right? Note to self, let's not murder people. So nobody should be doing that, okay? But to detach emotionally, like when someone's screaming at you, it's funny as fuck just to not respond. Like, it is funny. If they're screaming at you, just sit there. We are done. Okay, we are done. Yes, I did my nails. Your hands are dirtier than your mouth. Oh, that's nice. I guess you're a troll. That's good. That's original. Yeah, I know you can't kill people, right? You can't. Like, stop killing people. Actually, you can't. Okay, don't get mad at me for saying this. You can't actually kill a person because you can't kill their soul. You really can't. But you can take away this life's experience by removing them out of their body, and it's not really your place to do that, unless, of course, there's something we don't understand about what's going on. But people are being. I don't know what I think of anybody. Can a soul die? No, a soul can't die. Well, actually, okay, I take that back because I had a discussion about this very subject. And if you tend to really sell your soul lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and really behave in such an atrocious manner, it's like the energy is broken up and then reconstituted, kind of. So I don't know if that's ending it, but it wouldn't be anybody like us. We're not doing that, right? So there's a feeling, yeah, demons are soulless, but some people, who became an entity? I'm not an entity. I'm not an entity. I'm hungry, but I'm not an entity. Some people, the essence of the soul lives on, no matter what. That's what bad people, okay? I'm like, yes, because my blue glasses would give me a headache right now because whatever to my hair earlier, okay? That's what I did to my hair. I do shit to my hair. Media is not media. Okay, stop with the media. Like, the media, I'm telling you, I worked in television. The media is run by the network heads, okay? So Sumner Redstone, Viacom, CBS, Paramount. It's that. Now, right now, Sumner's not in charge. I think it's his daughter and the ex-wife, the second wife. So I've heard. I think she was on the cover of People recently. I know somebody that knows her. Anyway, that whole conglomeration there is running a majority of networks. Now, what are networks? Networks are corporations that want money and want to buy up distribution rights and want to buy up, video distribution, this distribution. Now, remember, they are looking forward. Okay, they're looking forward to collecting and putting their influence everywhere, okay? Wait, Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, I don't like her. We know this. Did you know this? Oh my God. Okay, so I haven't looked this up. Somebody in Canada looked this up. I know the Queen owns the country, like all of the property in Canada. We all had houses, we all, whatever, but she owned it. Like, she could take it back at any time. Who the fuck gave that woman that power, right? Anyway, I heard that Canada is the corporation of Canada. Epstein jumped bodies, okay? It's so, honest to God, people can jump bodies. That's what these Satanists are doing. No one understands it. It's hard to explain because you have to suspend what you've been told in Catholicism, Judaism, Buddhism, whatever. Souls, when they lose the physical, will attach to something they can do, and they go in and out. No, it's not clones. They go in and out. I'm talking on a soul level. That is exactly what they do. Soul jumping. I mean, it's so obvious. That's what's called a walk-in, but some walk-ins stay, but they do that. I'm sure everybody's going to be judged. I don't even know if we are judged. I don't think we're judged here. I think we can do what we want. I don't know where we're judged, but it's pretty much, I see a lot of shit happening where people are doing what they want. But anyway, Jeffrey Epstein, I didn't see that. What I saw when I did Epstein's video, I saw I saw Epstein in the jail cell, okay? And I saw his roommate or whatever they call him, cellmate. And I saw his cellmate and him. The cellmate seemed to be up against the beds and Jeffrey was over here. And I saw the cellmate watching what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. And if it was a murder, it's a murder. I mean, people see murder, people die, whatever. It wasn't that. He saw something else happen on a kind of spiritual level because I saw him literally go crazy. And it wasn't about the murder happening because in jail, if you see someone get murdered, you just kind of back up and you're like, you're not going to stop it because then you'll get murdered. Okay, so that's kind of that. But something else went on. Yes, Fallen, exactly there. I was trying to think of the name. Thank you, Fallen. You're reading my mind. That movie's exactly accurate. It's not well written. The movie, you know, the dialogue at the end, they kind of trailed it off, but it's absolutely that. The reason those souls jump is not because they don't go to heaven, because I believe they can go to heaven. It's not that. It's because they have chosen to jump dimensionally. This is Bush Sr. This is what Bush Sr. did. Okay, this is why Colby left the planet the way that he did. I said this 1,000 times. Colby and his daughter, Colby thought, and I got this, and you can all call me a crazy bitch, but Colby thought he was going to start a new race of people with his daughter. He took his daughter as a female in himself. It's not what you think. Like, people just think, oh, it's sad, it's an accident. Yeah, it's sad, it's an accident if that's what it was. But they pick specific, I'm not saying it's true, and I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying they pick specific times with which to exit the planet's energy, and they do it around ritual, okay? They do it around, I know it was, I saw the magnetic pull onto the ground. They do it around ritual. Kobe Bryant. But it's ritualistically done. So they're doing it when the veil's thin. And I'm not sure if they're doing it numerology, astrologically, veil thin, whatever. But they're doing it, that's what they're doing. And they're doing it specifically. Yeah, it was on the Great Climax night. I did the video on that. But more importantly, the reason that he built his career the way that he did, number one, was because he believed he was going to repopulate a different dimension. And I'm not joking when I say that. Like, that's really what I got, and it sounds fucking crazy. But they go in and out. And by the way, you can do it in your life too without doing all the shenanigans. There's portals everywhere. You can step into a different reality in a different time zone. It's not that hard. There's different ways to do it, but you have to align your body energy. It's kind of like an exercise. People can do it. People do it. Let's see. Yeah, somebody sent me that. You know, I don't understand why somebody's going to sell their soul online. I don't. No, I go through portholes by accident. I go into different spaces by accident. I'm out of body a lot just by nature. Yeah, the queen. Okay, back to the queen. I'm out of body quite a bit. So I have a problem staying here present. I'm out. Psychic people, when we work all day, like we're literally out of our body. I'm not even going to say this, but I have, well, I should say it. I have done readings, and I've done a couple where I'm literally so disconnected that I'm talking to the person and I'm getting visions and in another spot over here. Now, how do you, I'm in two different spots in my head. Kind of hard to explain. I think people can jump, but I don't think when you die, you'd want to jump because you're not going to stay stuck to the earth. You're not going to want to do that. That's not what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to leave the body. It's the greatest thing in the world. Like, I just remember when I was in the hospital and I had that near death and my heart stopped. I did not want to come back. I'm like, I want to go. You wouldn't want to go, but the reason you wouldn't want to come back here, I mean, the reason you wouldn't want to go is because you know what's waiting out there. That's what you know. I can look at someone talking to me and be mentally, yes, exactly. This is some crazy lip liner I got at Rite Aid. Can't even remember what it is. Don't know. It just looked cute in the package. And it was like $5 because my makeup didn't show up. Sigil magic everywhere. Exactly. But what people have to do, yeah, I know. I don't remember the name of it. I'm not really a fan of huge color on me, but my face was so pale when I walked in. Okay, so, but if you leave your body, yeah, you can get in again. I leave my body quite a bit. You know how I know when I leave my body? When I'm running, I get into an altered state. So if I run hard enough or I exhaust myself hard enough, I am in an altered state. When I get into an altered state, this is when I end up on the ground on the side of a cliff, sprained ankle or whatever, because I so am not aware of the physical that I've fallen down. That's what happens. That happens to me, whether people believe it or not. Okay, back to the Queen. Sorry, the Queen owns all the property in Canada. Canada does not have a constitution. Canada is a corporation. So now they're taking it into court to give each province or groups of provinces, okay, their own constitution. That's happening right now. So this is what I've heard. Very interesting. Okay, yeah, I know the Queen. Fuck that Queen. Okay. Oh my God. Wait. Great. Thank you. I don't even know what you just said. Thank you for the podcast. Y'all are listening. Anyway, I have some exciting stuff coming up. So I am going to have very, very, very exciting heavy work schedule with some new shit starting up, y'all. So I'll tell y'all when it happens, but what I set aside for myself in my 20s is actually happening now. That's fucking weird. I never knew it, but it is going to happen. I know. I'm not going to say it though, because there's haters. I'm not going to say what it is right now, but it's literally coming through. It's literally boom, boom, boom. So there you go. Okay. I know. Fuck the haters. I know. I'm very excited. Very excited, also very sleepy, and just concerned with hiking this weekend. So that's it. Hello, Ohio. Yeah, okay, Epstein. Yeah, I know. The Epstein reading is weird. The Queen is evil. She keeps dressing that way. I can't get past the pill hat and that stupid fucking box purse of hers. P.O.Box purse. Pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. Yeah, I've kind of always done the work I loved, whether I like to or not. So I do only what I love. I decided a long time ago after working in a family business that I fucking hated around a bunch of alcoholics, running a bar, that I was never going to spend my time, no matter what, even if I was obligated to, working, doing anything, okay, doing anything that I didn't want to do. So I stopped doing pretty much everything I didn't want to do work-wise. I wasn't going to do that, and I never will do it. I'll go without money, I'll go whatever, but I'm not going to do what I don't want to do. That's it. And so there you go. All right, so daughter in Ohio, and they're revolting. Everybody, no, there is a civil war coming, though. I mean, that's what I feel. I've been saying it for years. I can't imagine how there isn't going to be one. But remember, a civil war is amongst the people, and they want to depopulate us. So it's a real problem. But why did nobody pick it while we're in the houses? I don't get it. Okay, Sedona was packed. Oh, I'd like to be in Sedona was packed. Very exciting. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Spirit. Oh my God. Okay. I can't even read that. I'm like, oh my God. Put my eye over like this. Okay. You're scaring me in my house. Don't be scared. Prayers for safety. I felt it. It's been about 15 years. You're exactly right. You know when I felt it? When Reagan let all of the, close down all the mental hospitals, and I saw the homeless getting worse and worse and worse. Like they do. Remember that movie with that, I saw it when I was 14, my 14th birthday. I remember probably the last movie I sat through, but, of course, it was Kurt Russell, but it was like New York City that was a war zone, and they were all fighting against the government. It was like a war zone. We're kind of going that way, right? There's no point in being scared. You have no control over what's going on. You do have control over how you perceive it, though. So no matter what is happening, you have control over your perception. Your fear does you no good. Unless, of course, you want to be observant within your fear, as in keep your eye on what's around you, but your fear does no good, okay? It does you no good. In fact, it's not honorable to be afraid. It's not a good thing to be afraid. None of that. Escape from New York. Yeah, I know. Yes, exactly. I can still remember that movie. That's where I insisted on going for my 14th birthday because I just had to. Whatever. Yeah, so let's see. So if you guys have fear, this is how we're going to think of the fear. Number one, don't go out running the streets right now if you have fear. But get your wits about you. Don't get drunk. Don't get high. Don't self-medicate. Fucking pay attention to what's going on. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Start preparing things. Start getting things in order. Understand that you can't really change anything, but you definitely can change your perception. This is why somebody like Nelson Mandela in jail for 28 years, I can hardly even imagine that, learned how to go into his mind. Because remember, through meditation, through focus on other things other than the self, you can actually elevate your energy where you're not focused down here. They want you to focus down here. So it's the same as saying it's raining outside and I'm going to focus 24/7 on the rain. Why would I do that? Why would you do that, right? So it feels like we have to focus on, oh, there's Cranbrook. Again, my birth mother's from Kimberley, BC. And there you go. Yeah, you should always have a gun. Why would nobody? I don't understand why people don't have a gun. It's your right to have a fucking gun. You should have a gun. Why would you not? You're allowed to. I mean, if it's a personal preference not to, that's your personal preference, but you're allowed to. No, I'm going to tell you the next thing. And remember, I said this predictive wise. Okay, Nelson couldn't even lie down. Yeah, exactly. But Nelson Mandela talks about elevating out of the physical structure in his body and elevating above that. And keep in mind, Nelson Mandela was thrown into jail. I mean, I know, I have heard there were murders committed, but he was thrown into jail because he said black people, I know he's out and he's dead. He's out of the body and he's dead. I got it. When he was in jail for 28 years, okay? The mom I was raised with was South African. So, I mean, she was born in England, but spent her childhood in South Africa. So I'm familiar with it. But when you're looking at somebody like Nelson Mandela, in the midst of his rage of being locked up for saying black people are equal, okay, they locked that fucker up for 28 years. Think about that for a second. 28 years for speaking something, okay? Yes, he's a cancer. I quit drinking. Good. Cranbrook, BC again. He talks about literally being so freaked out that he was in jail and then elevating the mind. So it's your mind can do so much. Your mind can do so much. For example, when I was in very painful situations in a surgery, like very painful, I wasn't going to take the morphine because I, again, am OCD and I'm not putting the drugs in my body, because if I take morphine, I'm going to be right out of my body on the other side, having telepathy with all kinds of fucking people I don't want to talk to, okay? So it throws me right the hell out of my body. So I'm looking at this. I can't even read what you guys are saying. Okay, yes, I did Freddie Mercury. So when I had a surgery, they wanted to give me the morphine after. I always put in my, oh my God, Venus. Thank you, Venus. I didn't say that for you to do that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm afraid of being poisoned, but I don't want to be poisoned by drug addicts. No, in my early years, I had some experiences with kind of overdosing on things. Waking up in the hospital, it's not my favorite. You know, choking on vomit, being so, so out of that kind of thing. I'm not interested in doing that ever again. But I always put on surgeries, literally not to give me morphine after. Like, do not give me those pain pills, because I can't think of anything worse than waking up in pain and hallucinating at the same time. The hallucination, though, is a transference out onto the astral level. So for me, when they give you things like morphine in surgery, it really puts you at risk because you can't really see who you are, especially if you're at all psychic. So what I would do is I would put on classical music and I would take my mind, okay, because that's not medicine. I took Tylenol and classical. Wait, who? I didn't even see that. Hold on. Google. I'm going to have to turn this off in a second. We're not our minds 24. Yeah. I need surgery, scared. Well, no, you got to have the drugs to go under the surgery. But that surgery where I had a problem, I remember the anesthesiologist, when I went into the surgery room, she asked what kind of makeup I was wearing on my eyes. And I remember telling her it was Smashbox. and I was wearing their purple liner. And I just remembered, I remember going, oh my God, Sloan, yes, they're going to do it to Los Angeles. They're trying to lock us right out of our areas. That's why they keep lighting. Our area goes on fire every year. They try to do it on purpose. They try to throw us out of our neighborhood. Okay, so wait, what was I going to say? Oh my God. Elevating the mind. So I went and put on classical music. I was in such pain, but I followed the music and I went into the music. So I learned how to handle pain that way. I hate morphine, gives me massive headache, makes me crazy. I can't talk out loud. Like I'm in my head and I'm out of my body, makes me nuts. That's all I had was Tylenol, and I didn't even take it in the IV. Big Bird, exactly. Big Bird. Hi from Scotland. Oh my God, how cute. Scotland. You guys seen Black Shadows? Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, I mean, okay, accidentally overdosed on liquid morphine. Oh, morphine's really easy. I mean, yeah, morphine, I mean, whatever, it's fine and everything. But the minute that I feel that in my body, if it's a surgery, I'm like, oh God, here it comes. Dilaudid, any of that, I go bananas. I'm right out of my body. Children's Tylenol, actually, I can leave my body. I told you the story when I was given Demerol. Yeah, after having a baby. That's interesting. Women have baby all the time. That's why I didn't go to a hospital to have my kids. I had them at home. I had a home birth, no medicine, no nothing because of that. And I wanted to feel the kids and I wanted to like focus the energy at the same time, but it hurt. And maybe that was stupid. And next time I could get a surrogate or adopt or something or whatever. Have a doll baby, something. Yeah, well, heroin for me, and again, that was back in the day of smoking opium and heroin. Way back. I mean, I was not even a teenager yet. So, I mean, that was the first drug that went around. Hi, Vancouver, or get a puppy. Baby Jack's a terrorist now, though. He's a chewer. He's chewing on everything. But it was back in the day of smoking the heroin. And the first drug I was ever introduced to was opium. And I don't think I was out of second grade. So that was very common for me growing up, that was being pushed. Like they pushed pot, it was opium. What do I think about George? I've gone on. I don't think anybody should be murdered for any reason whatsoever. But I think the race wars is a setup. So we can't fall for it. We have to put the cops in jail and stop with it. Anyway, what the hell was my point? Oh, heroin. What I noticed from heroin, at least just my perception, whatever, I'm a lightweight at it, but what I noticed was, and the cocaine never appealed to me because it just made me sleepy. So I was like, I don't need this shit if I'm going to be sleepy. But the heroin was interesting because it was very much immediate body kind of feeling. So I was literally out of my body. Yeah, I know, black tar, I remember. Yeah, but I'm talking about more smoking it. That was more my thing, but completely out of body and very kind of loose with the body. So I don't know that it's good. Like I would do anything, you'd say, let's do this. I'd be like, yeah, let's do that. So it's kind of a problem because there's no boundary as in what physically hurts you. I know back in the good old days, I mean, I stopped all that, but yeah, I still like weed. A lot of people like weed. I never liked weed, heroin, well, it is highly addictive. Sure, but you can quit anything. I quit smoking. I quit that. I wasn't a huge heroin addict. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking I experimented with it. But having said that, when you're looking at addictions, addiction is an energy thing. Okay? It's not so much a mental thing. It's vibrating at an energy. Okay? I know what Trudeau's doing. I've gotten in these arguments about that idiot Trudeau. Yeah, poppy tea, right? That's what I have, poppy tea. Addictions are vibratory. So it takes about 21 days to like focus your mind and get out there. Yeah, people refuse to try. I don't distinguish between drugs. Like, you want to do heroin? Because people go, oh, pot's so great. I'm like, fucking heroin's great. Like, everybody's got their choice. I literally would argue this with people who would say pot. I don't like pot. Don't shove pot. I love LSD. I mean, I think we know. I think we fucking know that. I don't do LSD now. I would have a nervous breakdown, just so we're very fucking clear on that. I did a lot of LSD. LSD though is a little bit of a trip, like a little bit of a trip. I'm very open about it. Everybody knows this. I didn't do drugs as an adult, okay? I just did it, as a little scampy kid, right? But I don't even know what that is. Oh, I know they're doing the ketamine therapy now. That was a trip. I had a client and her sister was a therapist doing ketamine therapy, for Christ's sakes, okay? Ketamine therapy on teenagers who had depression. I was like, oh my fucking God, like that's just ridiculous. Yeah, I love Lipton tea. Canadian. Remember they used to put the little toys in the Lipton tea thing when I was a little kid? And the thing that I loved to do, like my dad would go to the dry cleaner. This was it. He would buy Lipton tea, go to the dry cleaner, bring his shirts back because he was a businessman. So all the shirts were perfectly pressed and everything. I would sneak into his shirt drawers, right? Perfectly pressed. And I would pull the cardboard that kept the shirt pressed. And I had all of these squares and I would draw on them. And I would make farms and animals and everything. That was my favorite thing. And then I would go downstairs, open the Lipton tea thing and steal the little toy before my brother could get it. Because I would. That's what I did. That kind of thing. The LSD, yeah, the LSD. Exactly. But the LSD, the problem with that, now when you go back in the history of LSD, LSD was used, of course it was a government thing, but it was used initially in the psych hospitals to see about mind control. Yeah, the ketamine kind of freaks me out. Not that I'm opposed. Ayahuasca's crap. Okay, wait. Oh, is ayahuasca the forbidden fruit? Did Eve take it? Ayahuasca to me, to me, I can see it differently. The LSD freaked me out a bit. I mean, I saw a lot of things, but it was very complimentary to who I was, so I didn't really have a problem with it. Like what I saw didn't freak me out because I saw these things anyway. So the LSD was okay. Pot wigged me out big time. Pot just, I mean, I was paranoid as hell on pot. I did not like it. Hash was a little bit different, but I still don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of any of that, really. That wasn't my thing. Mushrooms, I ended up in the emergency room. That's not my thing either. However, how do I stop sugar? I don't know. I eat sugar, but mushrooms was much more of a feeling. Yeah, see, I told you with the LSD, I was never speaking. So people would talk to me and I was talking to them telepathically. But of course, people don't fucking understand that. So, and then there's the fact that I would never wear my pants because I put them in the laundromat. I went through that whole scenario. What did I tell you? So, but it was a psych drug used in the 60s in the psych hospitals as mind control experiments. So I'm a little bit pissed that I didn't figure that out when I was using it because I wouldn't want to be partaking in that. I arrived in LA, actually, funny story. So it'll be Leonard's birthday on the 31st. Who's Leonard? My best friend from Canada. Growing up, my partner in crime in a lot of instances. Totally partner in crime, okay? So anyway, Leonard's going to be his birthday on the 31st. So the day before I moved here was my last day at the club in Toronto. So we all dropped LSD. My little boyfriend at the time, Leonard, and I. And I got lost in a park. Don't ask me, somewhere in Toronto. Can't even fucking remember which part. No, not Leonard Kravitz. I wish he was my best friend. No, this is just Leonard that I grew up with. I'm not going to say his name on here because he might be like, just shut the fuck up, because he's changed his life. But he had a huge hell of a time. Like he's been sober, I think it's 8 years now, but I'm talking well into his midlife. He was still partaking in some crazy shit. And it's remarkable how he's changed, but he raised his vibration. And it was very interesting. But we got lost in a park, or I got lost in a park. And the guy I was dating at the time, I'm not going to say his name. But anyway, we went back to his house. I was coming to LA the next day. Okay, I had my ticket. I had my knapsack. I had my Maryland book, and I had my 6-inch heels. That's what I was leaving, and a bag full of makeup. That's what I had. So, but I was lost in the park, literally. And I am so grateful for Leonard because I was so out of my mind at the time. So I barely got any sleep and I was hallucinating. It was time to get up, right? And I almost slept through the alarm. So I was up and I was talking to Leonard and I said, I'm not going to go to California. He literally looked at me as high as he was and as high as he remained. And he said, He said to me, you need to get out of here. You've got to go live your life. You're supposed to be doing something. Swear to God, I was chicken shit. I'm not as brave as I always say. I was chicken shit. I didn't want to change my life. I'm like, no, let's go get high. This was me. And he's like, I'm driving you to the airport. And I'm like, I'm not going to go. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And I think my flight was at 8:45. And so we got in the, I said his first name. Anyway, we got in the car. We drove to the airport and we literally got there 10 minutes before, and he put me on that plane, and I turned around like I was looking at my parent. I'm like, I don't want to go. I was so high on the plane. And then we had a layover in Chicago, and it was September 15th. Total layover in Chicago, and I'm jacked as hell. That's all I can say. And then I got here, and that was it, and it was really fun. And that was it. So I know. I was on a trip when I got here, but I'm saying if it hadn't been for my friend, because I was just going to bail, because I was a flighty person. I was like, let's have fun. So I was that kind of like, that's a description of like Gemini Sag energy. Like, let's be mutable and change and change and change. I was that kind of energy at the time. So yes, literally, but I know I got a massive headache on the way into LA. And then I told you, I went on that whole thing where I met the cab driver at the Burbank airport and then went on another bender for a couple of months. Whatever. I'm free. I'm free from it. But it's an energy thing. Like, I was able to take myself into a different energy. I never did LSD again after that. I literally did not do that. And I don't drink, and I don't do heroin. I don't do those things. It's energy. And once you put your body into exercise mode and you correct and get yourself correct, meditation, exercise, it has a lot to do with that. And the way that you can definitely time travel. Tripping, literally, I know. I tell this. I'm sure my kids are going to hate me. They're going to be like, why do you say this shit? I'm like, why would I not say it? That's the secret, you guys. I know. The secret is always tell what you've done, because if you're not doing it, there's nothing they can hold against you. Exercise. I was very grateful because when I moved here, I met somebody who was an exercise fanatic beyond, and who liked to have people as a project. So I became a project for them. Sobered me up, taught me how to eat immaculately, which really worked for all my eating disorders and OCD. Taught me how to eat. But understand, when you're a child of trauma, you're going to come into this world. You will be doing drugs. You will be doing those things because you've come out of trauma. So till you deal with the trauma, till you deal with it, you're going to be trying to get out of it. Well, I chose not to live in my trauma. Oh, you can see a portal. I can tell you about people that I can't even. But anyway, yeah, you can see a portal. You can see it. And if you focus on it, you can actually go into it. So no, I was a project. Back then I did eat red meat, and I like to eat a lot, but I learned how to use, exercise is extremely important to me. I will not do it. When they tell you to stay in your house and not exercise, they are deliberately trying to make you depressed. Anybody with the slightest predisposition towards depression. I spoke about my trauma. I spoke to every member of my family. I ran away from my trauma, of course, when I was younger, and nobody listened to me. They all made fun of me, all said I was crazy, making up shit, fantasy, blah, blah, blah. Your abusers are never going to admit what they do. Just get off that kick right now. They will not admit it. It doesn't matter to me if they admit it. I know who I am, and I did walk away. So I saved myself. And then I had to realize that I was still abusing myself. So you have to stop abusing yourself. You have to stop dating it, marrying it, allowing people to talk to you in a certain way. You have to stop allowing the abuse to come. You just have to stop doing that. So I make sure, you have to. I had to learn how to stand up for myself. I was very, I guess the word would be codependent on people, not like, what if I say I don't like that? They're not going to like me. And that would hurt my feelings. I know I don't appear to be sensitive. Oh, God. But it would make me cry. I would never cry in front of anybody. I would just walk out the door and walk away. And it would make me cry, the words that were said when I tried to have my own opinion. So I learned that it's more important how I see myself. But it was a whole progression. I mean, it did not happen overnight. It did not happen. It did not happen overnight. But exercise was such a key. You have no idea. Yeah, well, I do not like, I mean, I'll laugh before I cry, but out of pure frustration. And then I started to change. See, if you allow, okay, here's what happens. Yes. If you allow people to, okay, first of all, back it up. If you grew up in a home where there's trauma, verbal abuse, alcoholism, sexual trauma, physical trauma, whatever the trauma is, mind fucking, okay, whatever. Physical fucking, mind fucking, whatever it is, okay? If you grow up in a house like that and you do not deal with your trauma, you're gonna marry it, you're gonna date it, you're gonna birth it, you're gonna befriend it, you're gonna work for it, and you're gonna keep reliving it in different versions of it. Keep doing it. And when you finally free yourself, and it could take your whole life, and you may have wasted your whole life, but the soul will not come back and do it again in the next life. You may have wasted this one, which is how I feel a lot of the time. A big fucking waste because I didn't wake up soon enough. But when you realize what the hell that you walked into, it's not your fault, by the way, if you're a child of abuse, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're a fucking kid, okay? All us parents screw up too. Like, I'm sure I'm going to need to go to therapy with my kids. They say they're fine, but you know, I wasn't the best mother because I did not have the coping skills. I've apologized. I've offered to do therapy. Yeah, I used to have abuse written. If a man came up to me in a bar and he was drunk and he'd smack me, I'd be like, oh my God, I must marry you. That was exactly it. I don't do that shit now. And I speak my mind no matter what. And if you cross my boundary, I will speak it. Now, some people call that, I get accused by some of my friends of being, they're like, you complain or you mention this. I'm like, every time you cross a fucking boundary, I'm going to bring it up. Every time. I freed myself by getting some courage to do so. It took a lot of courage to do it though, because I was covered in shame and guilt for me doing what was right for me and not for them. And that's how I felt. No, I wasn't strong. I wasted a lot of time. A lot. Trust me when I tell you that. I ruined business deals. I would be farther ahead in my life in every capacity. However, I wasn't ready to make the change. So you can only do it one step at a time. The first thing is to get sober. The more you rely on mind-altering substances, the more you will not take action in your own life. You will not see what's in front of you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to exercise. You have to exercise. You have to exercise, exercise, exercise. Exercise must become a priority at all costs. I just said I was abused. Were you ever abused? Yeah, I ran away from home at 14, not because I was happily in my home. Absolutely. I tell everybody I grew up in a very nice home, a business home. And my family will dispute this till the end of times. However, what the fuck did I run away at 14 for? Why did I do that? Were you called a bully? I don't think so. But no, I wasn't. Let's see. Anyway, I left home at 14. No one ever called me a bully. I mean, that I'm aware of. They might call me a bully now, but not when I was a kid. No, I was kind of, I don't know that I would fight back, but I would run out the front door is what I would do. So I just ran away from home one morning. I planned it. I was 2 months after I turned 14. I packed a bag. My friend's sister drove me to the bus stop in school, and I walked right the fuck out. I walked right the fuck out. Now, what I did for my parents, who did not care, by the way, let me just say this. I called them, no cell phones, right? There was no cell phones. No, my adopted father was Canadian, actually, from Windsor, Ontario, across from Michigan. What I did is I used to call my mother and say, I'm alive, I'm okay, because I thought that they were worried about me. I didn't realize they weren't. Nobody ever called me in my adult life. Do you know that? So when I left home, yeah, I'm a runner. I'm definitely a runner. You fucking say, but, yeah, no, it was stupid. I mean, I put myself in positions. You can't even imagine the positions I put myself in. However, it really, no, it's a good thing. I'm very glad I did it because for me, but here was the mistake. No, I shouldn't say that. Look, I'm talking like I'm in therapy. I gotta stop. This is what happens. I am a runner literally and figuratively. But here was the problem. I did not do enough therapy. No, I wasn't scared. I was pissed off. Nobody was listening. I'd called social services. I'd spoken to teachers. I'd done everything. I, talked to friends' parents. There's no help for kids. Nobody speaks up for kids. I'm going to tell you that. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave you shit. They literally don't give a shit. They talk shit, but they don't take you anywhere, okay? Yes, the cops were on the lookout for me, and my mother did stalk me at the beer store on the weekends. Canada, you have a beer and a liquor store, and I would always go to the beer store. I didn't drink beer, but I went with people who drank beer. I did that. No, I'm fine with it because it set me into my career because I always worked with kids in the same position, so I have a definite understanding of that. And I help them and have taken a lot of people in. Our family's taken a lot of people in, and my kids have shared me with a lot of people, which was good for me to do. And some people leave, and drug addicts and people's parents and, whatever. That's what I do. That is what I do. That's my priority. But in order to shift the energy, now you will marry it. So you ever hear those people that like they're beat up in their childhood, so they marry a man that beats them up, right? So that's family patterning. And until you recognize what it is, you will never, no, it happens. It's not horrible just for me. I mean, it happens more than you know, okay? It happens all the time. And again, none of us parents are perfect, okay? None of us. But you have to, first of all, you have to name it. And if you don't tell people what it is, you will carry it on you. And I wasn't willing to do that. However, you'll marry it, you'll date it, you'll birth it, you'll friend it, you'll work for it. So it is a problem. Wait, married my psychopath. Exactly. Well, that's what you will do. And if you divorce the alcoholic because you come from an alcoholic home, you'll marry the cocaine addict. And if you divorce the cocaine addict, you marry the sex addict. And if you divorce the sex addict, you'll marry the gambling addict, but you will keep doing it. It will come in a different package and it will look in a different way, but you will continue to do it. So you have to elevate your energy in order to pull in, okay, in order to pull in the correct vibration. Exactly. So abused children takes them somewhere into their midlife a lot of times to deal with it, but sobriety is the first thing. Well, you break the cycle, you start to really, food is an addiction, and I can't, yes, food, yes, because food hits the opiate receptors in the brain, of course. You have to deal with it, and you have to take charge of your own life. I don't beat myself up anymore to the best of my ability because it's not okay to do that. It wasn't okay for them to do it. It's definitely not okay for me to do it. There you go. Yeah, no, it takes a long time. People don't understand. It takes a long time. Addicts are dealing with trauma. Addicts are dealing with trauma. It's a trauma. And once you realize none of this matters and you can be who you are and you can keep speaking for it, like your family, don't expect the abusers to admit what they did. They will not admit what they did because then they would have to take responsibility, accountability, and they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. So they won't. No, they don't deal. They're in delusion. Exactly. It's funny though, when they see reality and they see it in their eyes. I don't know. I don't look at karma as a tit for tat thing. I don't understand how karma works. I think it's a balancing thing. That's what I feel. And wait, okay, I don't even know. Oh my God. Now I just wore myself out blabbing. Yeah, the man thing's a hard thing. I don't do too well with them either because I can't let them walk. I can't let them come on over me. No. I can't. So that's trauma. First, when you're younger, I know my blabbing. When you're younger and you meet a man, there's the codependent thing where you want to, do everything. Then you realize they're using you and you're like, fuck. But then you have kids and then you're like, shit. I mean, a lot of people do. So, let's see. How do I deal? Okay, don't go near your neighbors. Just ignore them. Put a shield up around, pray to God, and smile and say hi, and that's it. You don't have to fight everybody if you don't agree with them. You have to fight for your boundaries. But your neighbors moved into their house so they can be your neighbors, right? Yeah, you can become addicted to it. Exactly. You can, intermittent fasting, exactly. Yeah, it's always childhood trauma. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Boundaries. You just need boundaries. So now I speak my boundaries no matter what. And it does piss people off, but they have a right to a boundaries. Only people who want to usurp your own boundaries are the ones you should stay away from. Otherwise, people will say she has a boundary. I'm going to do that. Okay, let's see. I struggle with my daughter. Wait, I hold on. I want to actually read this. I struggle with my daughter's addiction. What more can I do? Okay, first of all, I'm just going to say this. I learned when dealing with Jimmy, okay, so I learned dealing with him and his addiction that I had no power over it. I tried everything. I had no power over it. So you have to accept the fact that you cannot change or control your daughter, period. You can educate her as to what alcohol does. Whatever addiction, I suspect it's drugs. You can educate her for that. You can support her. You can set your boundaries with her. You can tell her you love her, and you can tell her that you can help her and your phone and your door is always open. But other than that, you need to step back. And you can pray, but there is nothing you can do to help a drug addict. That choice is between them, their soul, and their God. There's nothing you can do. I tried everything, trust me, and he died anyway. So I tried everything. You can do nothing. There's nothing. You can overdose and they will promise you they're not on drugs. You can kick them out of your house and they'll just die sooner. You can take them to the therapy. You can do all of that and they will still do what they're going to do. So the thing that you need to know is that your daughter's her own soul and she's in charge of her own life. And you now need to say to her, you're a grown person. You're going to make your choices. And then you need to step back. She's going to have to deal with her trauma. There's a trauma there. She has a trauma. There's a trauma. She's been abused in some way, period. And she's abusing herself now. I'm not saying it's you or, that's not what I mean. It could be anybody. It could be a school teacher, a camp counselor, whatever, cousin. But that's what happened. So she's taking it out on herself, and to think otherwise is wrong. So you can't make her do it. You can't. Nothing. So you need to pray to God to give you the strength to know that you can't change your daughter, that it's between your daughter and her God, and that's it. And she may pass, she may not pass. I mean, I'm talking about all addicts, not your daughter specifically, but that's what happens. People make choices, and sometimes they push the envelope and they die. You can talk to them. I had a conversation with Jimmy the week before he died. I went to his work. I sat down with him at lunch while he was tanning outside. And I said, I knew he was going to die because the voices told me when I got pregnant with Keith. So all the months leading up to that, I knew. I talked to him and I said, and I loved him. And I talked to him and I said, how do you want me to bury you? I literally had this conversation. And I said, do you want to be cremated? What do you want to be? Because it's going to happen if you don't smarten the fuck up. Anyway, he was completely sober. We're talking there. So I had the conversation with him. He wanted a traditional burial. He wanted to wear the outfit he wore to the wedding. I knew what outfit because he came to our house, borrowed his dad's jacket. So I knew what that was. I sat down there and less than a week later, he died. And he did that. I had that conversation with him. I called him on the day he died, screamed at him, you're going to die. He laughed at me. Okay, like he's redone, that's it. But it was a huge, huge trauma. And then his father had to go find him dead at work. Okay, like there he was. This is many years ago. I mean, I don't even mean to bring it up, even though I bring it up all the time. Such a huge thing. And that is the one death that traumatized me because psychically, I got that information the day I got pregnant with Keith. I was told one's coming, one's going. Keithy was going to be a Sag on the 18th. Jimmy was a Sag on the 9th. And it's probably going to be a full moon eclipse. So I'm talking about Sages. But it was beyond maddening to me that happened. It was beyond maddening. It was probably pissed me off. The whole family was in denial. Everybody was playing their little head games. And I just remember I was pregnant with Keith and all this shit was going on. I tried everything. But that's what happened. So I know you cannot stop anybody from doing anything. You can threaten them with jail. You can threaten to shoot them. You can give them love. You can give them, he was a double Sag with a Pisces moon, my Jimmy. Yeah, double Sag, sun in the first house, Pisces moon, and yeah, so that was it. Sun, Sag moon, sun, Sag rising. Anyway, I had those conversations with him. I picked him up out of the hospital after overdoses. I did those things. His family did those things. And I took him to the therapy. The doctor finally phoned me and said, you have to stop bringing him. He has to do it on his own. I kept thinking if I could just take him to the doctor and they could talk sense into him. I tried everything. I lit candles. I prayed. I sat with him. I detoxed him. I did so much, like, just to try to get him to hear me, practically. So now what I would, if you want advice, what I would do differently, and this was only because I couldn't cope with it. I could not, I was so angry that he was going to die because they kept telling me it. And I was pissed. This is when I got psychic Tourette's. It pissed me off. They kept saying it. I got angry at everybody because my go-to emotion was anger. I had little Jason. I had Keithy in my stomach. Then I gave birth to Keith. And then, you know, Jimmy came with me when, you know, my baby showers, came with me. Just before I gave birth, came and sat with me. You know, he showed up. I knew what he was doing. I could really read into his energy. I knew, and I was pissed. You know, I just knew where it was going. Anyhow, long story short with that one, I tried everything. So I got really angry and I started to disconnect from him, okay? Started to disconnect. So I wasn't going to be as openly connected to him because I knew I was going to lose him. I would change that. I would change that. I would love him regardless. Well, I did love him, but I mean, I would not have become as enraged. I was enraged so much because of what was happening. I would just show him love and I would just accept that. I would accept that this is who he is and nothing we say or do. I literally pleaded, begged, cried. I said, if you do this, you're going to destroy your brothers, your father, your mother, your sister. He kept saying, like, he would tell his dad would say, no, he promised me he's not on drugs. I'm like, don't listen to an addict. Like, it caused a huge rift in every direction possible. My children, it blew their world apart. But what I would do, and I mean this sincerely, I would not kick him out of the house because I did. I would not. And I would not become enraged over that. I would, yeah, his energy, he comes around big, I feel him quite a bit, yes. Not all the time. It's not like he's hanging out here, but he has come through. I would not cut him off emotionally, and I would not become so angry after he passed. I went into a complete rage for a good long time. It's probably the one death that affected me where I was crazy. I went into a complete rage. Like, I was pissed, and I wanted vengeance with everybody that didn't try to do it. Was crazy. And then I went into a complete insane, yeah. Oh, I was completely, because I could see the enablers in the family. I could see the instigators in the family. I myself was overly trying to fix it, so overly codependent on trying to fix it. Terrible, terrible. Ugh. Exactly. The suicide. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that was so hard. That's so hard. Drugs are kind of suicide, reckless suicide. It really blew my mind. It blew my mind, literally. And it's been 24 years, 24 years, 24 years. Not one day goes by. It's really weird. That's the weirdest. And I know that he's okay. Like, it's not that. But yeah, everybody's on their own journey. So to the mother that's daughter's doing that, I would say to love her unconditionally and let her know that, because that's all you're going to be left with. That's the only thing that you're going to, excuse me. I'm just going to shut this off, you guys, for now. Sorry. Oh, shit. Ah, look at this. I'm shutting it off. Should I shut it off? I'm shutting it off. Good night from my ceiling, you guys.